Hello everyone, welcome back to more Let's Play Virtual Chess 64, and now we're going to press A. Yep. And now, still in the same position, what happens to the play is Black's turn to play. He can calculate that after all that stuff, Bowen is able to remotely reduce the invading is immediately captured by the Black King. Now watch. Yes, no matter what move it is, he can't catch it. Instead of capturing all whites and blacks moves to see whether or not the king will succeed in catching the landing pawn, he simply apply the rule of the square. Apply the rule of the square. Let's go back to the position and trace out a square with one angle formed by the square of the pawn and another angle by the pawn's promoting square in h8. Then again, still to enter the square is right in it, it will succeed in catching the pawn. If the king does not enter the square, then the pawn will be able to promote without a worry. Yeah, that stuff. Remember, never forget that a pawn is starting square as a possibility of advancing two squares, which of course changes the rule of the square. For example, in this position, the square must be drawn as if the pawn was on square g3 and not g2. If white to play has placed g4, the black king cannot enter the pawn's square and the pawn will be able to promote without difficulty. Yeah, you see that? If the king enters the square, then he can't catch it in time. Yeah. Yeah, you can put it in check if you use the knight, but whatever. So, time for the lesson. By contrast, no wait, let's choose some more. Yeah, I haven't do this yet. Yeah, so it's like blind. Let's play. Yeah, it's almost over, but we still have a few things to do and then we're done. Okay, by contrast, if it's black's turn and black plays kb3 or kb4, black enters the square and the white pawn, which will be captured. So, if black, if one, if black enters the square first, then the black will capture the piece. If white enters the square first, then white will not be captured, and vice versa. It's opposite. Now another exception to the rule of the square is when there are obstacles in the path of the king. Inside a square, here black has 3 more pawns than white, and as it's black's to play, the black king enters the square the white pawn. But in slight appearances, white will win because after 1 kd5, the black king is inside the square of the white pawn. After 2 a6, the black king cannot move the square c6, which is occupied by one of its own pawns. The white pawn will move to the queen without being caught by the black king. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's sort of a race. Now it's our turn. Okay, your turn. White to play wins with 2 pawns against 4. White's caught appears lost and yet. Let's see. That's right. White has unexpected resource, blocking the path of the black king to prevent it from entering the sphere of pawn A. Let's take a look. Black is forced to capture the white pawn, which would otherwise head straight for a promotion without the black king being able to catch it. The black king is still inside the square of the white pawn, but there's 3 a6, the king no longer enter the square because of his own c6 pawn blocking the way. The a pawn promotes to a queen without being caught and white wins. Yeah, it's stuck right there. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. And why did I press B? Lame, lame, lame. Oh, come on. I gotta do that all again? Shoot. I hate it when you have to press B. It was A. Come on. It's pretty lame when I do that because basically when you press B, you exit the lesson and you do it all over again. That's pretty lame. But you want, I can't believe I just pressed B. I pressed A. So let's try this again. Let's get through the whole thing all over again, and then we'll continue back to where we were, and bam. We're done. There we go. Now, yeah, let's watch this again. Yep. Yeah. So let me tell you this. As I said before, if the black enters first, then black wins the race. If white enters first, then white wins the race. Yeah. So we're getting close to back where we were. Yeah. That pawn's in the way. Oh. Yep. That again. That sound again. Yeah. Now we're back. Here again, white to play wins. How you stop the black king from taking pawn on b5? Well, we better use the bishop.
Well done.
Well done. Black king takes the bishop. He leaves the white pawn square and be unable to catch up with him after 2b6. What do you do now? Oh, you give the pawn the moves pretty obvious now.
Well done.
There we go. White protects his pawn out with this bishop over move, and a few moves later with the hell with the king. Yeah, there we go. So, here's the play. White wins. Oh, black draws that move. What White wants to be found. Take your time to try to find it.
Great.
There we go. The only move that allows white to win. You then remove black plays. You just draw. Yeah, the game is a draw because the pawn there the previous square. Let's see what happens if white plays before say k8. Ouch, white realized that the black square that will slowly move it largely. White tries to control the square by playing that stuff. But as we shall see, it's too late. Okay, it is too late. Yeah, it's actually the longest one of the things. The black king remains at the lookout. If white now plays 3k6, black plays 3kb8. It takes control of the white response from moving square a8. And if white plays 3k yeah, kab8, black plays 3kb6 to take the pawn a4. All white can do is play his pawn. Yeah, that's all he can do. Unfortunately. Yeah. So they go right there, and yeah, that again. There. Yeah, keeping a watch and square b8. Like, can you knock it out? He's trapped. He's stuck. White is stalemate. The game is a draw. And I removed that other than 1 KB7 also in the draw on the same theme. Let's go back to the situation after 1 KB8. Yeah, it's draw, unfortunately. Let's go back to that situation. Now I control square 8-8. The game is simple. All it has to do is keep pushing his pawn forward. The guy cannot catch up with it. So move up. And yeah. And most of the queen with the next move. And there we go. So we still have to do some endings, the chosen games, the grandmaster games, and the games between sacrifices, and then we're done. So yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, so let's do some endings. Starting with the king and 2 rooks against king. King and 2 rooks against king. Checkmating here is very easy in fact, although there are several ways of doing it. The method is always the same. You need to drive the enemy king back into one of the sides of the board and them, then after cutting off its trajectory, checkmate. So that rook up right there moves to that spot. The lawnmower trick. It's called the lawnmower mate. This lawnmower mate is when the black king is playing beyond the 6th rank. Then with the 2 rooks, the white drives the black king back into the 8th rank checkmates. Next. Get that. Next that move those moves and they move to their spaces. Check. Moves up there. Check. Up there. And now checkmate. In your face. Yeah. And now they're going back. Now it's our turn. In this position, there are two other sugar possibilities. Checkmate. Try to find one of the first moves. Nope, that's not the best move. Checkmate quickly. Could this work? Nope. Could this work? No. 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 Okay, I don't really know. Yeah, it's one of the parts I need to practice on. Yeah, let's see. Can we move here? Nope. Here. Just guessing, guys. I just don't really know. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to guess it out. There we go. So, right there is where we have to go. Yeah, so that's why it's slightly blind. So yeah. So hold it with me. There we go. And mate. In your face, gain your mate. And here's the other move that I'm thinking of. It's, yes, you have to move to that square over there. And move there. And checkmate. In your face, gain your checkmate. And now it's time for the next one. King, queen against king. King and queen against king. As in virtual endgames, when the enemy king is defenseless, the idea is to force it onto the side of the board. So all this moves, this check allows the white to drive the enemy king back into the back rank. Yeah. So we're taking that king back to the back rank. Yeah. So it's moving. And wow. There we go. It's in check. And we keep moving. King moves up. And king moves that way. Queen moves right there, and uh-oh. Don't move the KE6 or else stalemate. Uh-oh. Yes, you better be careful about KE6. Now, if you do that way, then yep, it's checkmate. There's a fairest way of being black. Oh, black, stalemate. Oh, you surrender your queen. Come on, that move's not permitted. Yes. What the? That move is permitted. Like this, watch this. That's a move permitted. Seriously, game. Wake up. Oh, black stalemate. Nope. Let's try this. Come, the moves are permitted. Okay, probably after this, we'll be done. Thinking. Yeah. Hold it with me, this is actually a blind run, so I really need some assistance, but I can't do it right now, so I need to find out myself. Okay, let's think about it. Could you do it this way? Could you go here? Could you go here? Could you go here? Or maybe we should go here. Nope. Okay, let's think about it carefully. Nope. Wow. Are any of these moves even working? Okay. Hold it with me, this is actually a blind run, so this might take a while to maybe figure it out, and come on. Okay. I'm blind, already know! Oh, surrender a queen. Oh, surrender a queen. Come on. Okay. I am really confused right now. I am extremely confused right now. I don't know. And alright guys. In part 2 I'll show you guys.